After some point, humans came to be aware of the soul's Edeya and became able to manifest their idea. When people manifest their idea, they can materialize it into some kind of weapon. Ideas began to be used as words or as a part of a sentence. Humans were then able to manifest today as a physical object at any time. Humanity then began assigning ranks when this happened. Souls, which all used to be equal, now had ranks. In the end, people were labeled based on their ability to create and manifest ideas. With this newfound power, schools began to be used to improve a country's status by training those with higher idea ranks in order to put them on the front lines of the war. One such school is Houndy Special Training High School, where some students are playing with Edeya as if it was a sport. Suddenly, a random guy summons his giant axe and strikes a student in front of him. Another student tries to block his attack with his own idea, Tanfa, but struggles to handle the axe guy. He screams the words, "Our hero Park Jinsung, you bastard. Don't just stand there and look, do something." Park Jinsung, looking like a fool, replies that even if he joined them, he would be of no use. The guy curses him, calling Park Jinsung a worthless bastard. After losing the fight, the bullies corner Park Jinsung and blame him for losing the fight. They can't believe they got teamed up with this worthless bastard and call themselves so unlucky. What can they expect from someone who ranked last in the whole school? Just then, Park Jinsung apologizes to them while smiling and agrees with their comments. The guy gets irritated and tries to punch Park Jinsung, but he dodges the punch. The other guy tells Park Jinsung to stay still and let them beat him for their loss. However, Park Jinsung continues to scream for help while running away. Seeing him run like this, the other students make fun of him. Eventually, the bullies corner Park Jinsung and start kicking him. That's when the teacher comes in. He shares the good news with the students that their school has finally been recognized by the government as a capable one. Jianjian, another student, seeing the teacher speaking like this, asks if some kind of weird proposal must have come from somewhere again. The teacher tells Jianjian to put his legs down on the table and continues explaining that, from today onwards, their school will become a pilot testing ground for military systems. That means all the students will be given a military rank based on their abilities. They are all comrades now. The teachers of each class have been given ranks starting from the second lieutenant to the platoon commander, and the students will now address their teachers as platoon 10 commander. Park Jinsung then asks the teacher what if they don't want to do things military style. The teacher replies that, of course, they're not forcing them into it. If the students don't want to do it, they can make a request to the government for a transfer to another school. Jinsung hopes the students will think carefully about this opportunity, and also informs them that the third-year students have acquired sergeant rank. All the third years are the bright future of Korea, having been recognized by the government. However, out of the whole school, including the first years, only one student was unable to receive the rank of a private. It was Jinsung. Jinsung will be starting as a trainee soldier, a small reminder of how far he has come, and a testament to the potential of every soul to reach greatness. Later, teacher calls Jinsung to the staff room and asks him to not be forced into military training and to transfer to the school. But Jinsung tells the teacher that maybe in the future he may be able to perform well. Hearing this, the teacher starts laughing, and after some time, the class begins, and students have been divided into squads. The teacher announces that instead of class today, there will be an event in the field. Government scouts are hiding among us, even the school doesn't know where they are. They will be doing squad battles that include the first, second, and third years. The matchups have already been chosen by the scouts. The teacher then tells Denjian that his squad will be facing the third year 1st platoon 1st squad. It makes Bianjian nervous, and the warns Park Jinsung that if they lose, he will be taking all responsibility. Now all the students have been gathered on the grounds, and the teacher tells Sungo to fight all he wants since the scouts are all watching them. As the fight begins, Bianjung starts running away from third year squad. He tells other members to just protect him from third years for 5 minutes while the third year squad kicks their asses. Bianjung screams like a little girl while one of the third year students tries to kick Park Jinsung. Getting irritated by Bianjung's and the teacher's reaction, he dodges her attack and grabs her hand. Third-year student gets scared by Park Jinsung's look and yields her armor in defense. She tells Park Jinsung to stop acting like a dumb person since he matched her speed. Park Jinsung tries to stall for some time by flirting with her, but she gets mad and tries to attack him. Being scared, Park Jinsung summons Edeya, which is a small dagger. Seeing that F-rank dagger, she just ignores him and goes back. Seeing her go, Park Jinsung sneak attacks her, but she blocks it and other students make fun of him. But the Nuna ignores him and goes straight to Bianjian. As she comes close, Giant summons a rock and swings it toward her as this is his ability. Nuna tries to block it but struggles. Sango catches Jong and throws him on the ground as Seung-ho's Edeya as he will catch anything he wants. As Sango tries to catch Jinsung, he counterattacks and tries to stall time again, but Sango tells him to transfer. Refusing the transfer, Jinsung summons his full Edeya, which is not special, but it is awesome. Jensen's abilities increase 3 times and can tell opponents of the Edeya, plus he knows how to defeat them. But there's a condition to turn off his idea. Either he should kill his opponent or destroy their idea. For sure, Jinsung's desire is to kill and is overwhelming. The true name of Jinsung's Edeya is absolute murder and S-rank Edeya. While other students are making fun of Jinsung, Sango is now serious about fighting since he can sense a murderous intent coming from Jinsung. Nuna can also sense that eerie aura surrounding Jinsung while trembling. Nuna orders all members to attack Jinsung. At that moment, we can see the speed Jinsung used to break all the wristbands and break the Nuna's armor, but still he holds back, not killing them. Realizing that, Sungo smiles and tells Jinsung the next time he would like to fight him seriously. And here in the principal's room, we see an advisor sitting holding Jensen's resume and asking the principal to meet him in person while doubting if Jinsung is hiding his true powers. When the battle is over, the teacher and advisor are surprised by Jinsung's abilities. They praise him for his bravery and acknowledge that his skills are at an elite level. With the approval of the teacher and advisor, the principal decides to let Jinsung transfer to the school. This marks a new chapter in Jinsung's life, a chapter full of hope, determination, and courage. After Park Jinsung's impressive performance in the last match, everyone stopped picking on him and instead started handing him chores such as bringing handouts, submitting homework, and cleaning duties. The teacher then announced that it was the last day for students to join clubs, especially asking Park Jinsung to join one. Struggling to find the right club, Park Jinsung eventually located one with no rank limitations. As he arrived at the club, he met Sango, the president of the HT club. Park Jinsung was about to leave when a pretty girl called Corporal Kim Seon introduced herself, transferring to the school and asking Park Jinsung to take her to Sango. Suddenly, Sango appeared in front of her and Kim Seon challenged Sango to a fight, which Sango accepted. However, her mood suddenly shifted, asking Park Jinsung if he wanted to date her. Seon followed Park Jinsung and Sango back to their club and asked Sango to tell her the true ability of Park Jinsung. Later, in the classroom, the teacher introduced her and explained her white jade goblet, an idea that is usually not hereditary but has been passed down through generations in the Kim family of Gimhae. Everyone was surprised by this announcement. Kim Seon then challenged to a fight and accepted. As she was about to punch him with all her strength, Park Jinsung quickly stopped her from a distance. Seon was shocked by his speed and ability to stop her full-blown punch with only a single hand. That night, Park Jinsung had a nightmare of his past, holding a knife and his uncle screaming the word monster while everything around them was covered in blood. Jinsung had an eerie smile, a completely evil face with laughter. The next morning, Park Jinsung, Seon, and other students went to a bank building, only to be attacked by robbers. Seon tries to stall for time by talking, getting increasingly irritated as the guy reveals his identity as a member of a Great Pestle and Syndicate, a terrorist group acting against humanity with the entire world as their stage. Wherever they pass through, not even a single ant survives. They're a cruel group, their only traces being the complete lack of survivors. After listening to their introduction, Seon gets angry and challenges the robber to fight. The fight starts and both start striking each other. Here Jinsung is hiding behind a bench and tells the other students to run away right now, and all of them scatter while running in different directions. Here the robber man reveals his name, Kim Il-jung, North Korea's Sunday, the greatest chairman of North Korea, the greatest military commander of North Korea, the greatest politician in North Korea, the one with the greatest ideas in North Korea, a real monster with all these titles. Hearing all this introduction, Seon gets excited and summons her idea to face off against this monster. Here while running away, Jinsung and Xinhua hide inside the restroom and Jinsung explains to Xinhua his plan. Later one of the robbers enter the restroom looking for them, where Jinsung defeats him with his S-rank combat skills Edeya. He is stunned seeing Jinsung's true ability, or rather I say Jinsung's ruthless, maniacal, murderous actions. Xinhua fears Jinsung more than the robber himself and runs away while Jinsung finishes off the robber. Over here Seon is trying her best to stop Kim Il-jung, but she fails as other students and people get captured. According to Jinsung's plan, Xinhua reaches out to Kim Il-jung and informs him to go to the 5th floor, but he sends other robbers there. Seeing the chance, Xinhua also tells Seon the plan, which makes her surprised. While Kim Il-jung announces that whoever kills Seon will get to live and get out of the building alive. Hearing this, everyone decides to kill her. A minute after Kim Il-jung goes to the 5th floor in search of his men, but standing in front of him was only Jinsung himself and sees that all of his men are dead. This is the massacre that Jinsung created. Both start fighting and Jinsung reveals Kim Il-jung's Edeya since he can do so. Kim Il-jung is surprised by his ability and offers him to join his great pestle and syndicate. But Jinsung interrupts and tells him that he only sees 9 ways to kill him. Yes, this is our hero, absolute murderer Edeya. Jinsung can see other people's soul, their names, and the ways that he can use to kill them. He can see everything. That's our absolute murderer. As Jinsung corners Kim Il-jung in the fight, Kim Il-jung uses his second idea, the left hand of the first beast, whose rank and ability are unknown. Jinsung is surprised to see one man holding 2 ideas. Now the fight is getting serious. Kim Il-jung launches his full-blown attack, which makes a hole in multiple floors of the building. Jinsung is getting excited and he also speeds up his attack, but Jian gets in the way. Jinsung shifted his attention towards Jiang, his murderous intentions taking control. Jiang was confused by this sudden shift and attempted to run away, but Jinsung caught him. Seon, seeing the situation, tried to protect them with her sword and asked him what was going on. Meanwhile, Kim Il-jung had already said his goodbyes and ran away. With Kim Il-jung out of the picture, Jinsung became the main villain and his violent intent was clear on his face. His eyes were filled with rage, and he looked like a wild animal ready to pounce. Jiang, sensing the danger, ran away and told the others to do the same. However, Seon tried to stop Jinsung, but before she could do anything, he slit her throat with his sword. The story behind Jinsung's violent behavior is a tragic one. One day not long after he first entered elementary school, his parents passed away from an assault from a murderous robber. He was heavily injured and bruised all over, making it hard to even identify them. With nowhere to go, Jinsung went to his uncle and aunt, both of whom were social misfits and had their own issues. He was beaten with a bat every day and cursed at, neglected being his daily life. He had no friends and was constantly being bullied. To make matters worse, his uncle and aunt revealed that they were the ones who killed his parents. They also killed his puppy, which he had grown close to. This horrific incident pushed Jinsung to torture his uncle and aunt to their death, ending the nightmare. Thank you for watching. If you want more manhwa stories, make sure to like and subscribe.